But our next guest sitting in the studio is a remarkable winning entrepreneur. In fact, he once won the Inspiring Entrepreneur of the Year. I thought all entrepreneurs were inspiring, but clearly our next guest must be more than most. He's got a Gladiator Mastery event which kicks off in about a month on the 18th of March, and Darius Sudi is in studio. Great to have you in here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's my honour.
It's great to have you in. Now, you can hear you've got a bit of an English accent from your time in Manchester, but originally from Iran, and now you're living here in the UAE. Last couple of years since COVID, we've seen so many people be inspired by losing their jobs or seeing the fragility of their industry that they're in, and are therefore thinking, you know what, I need to go it alone. I need to back myself. I need to realise that I can't sack myself, so I want to start my own business. You work with a lot of people, coaching people how to sell, coaching people how to be an entrepreneur. What does it take for someone to get up and leave their job and say, I want to be an entrepreneur?
Really good questions. When you study very successful people, they're not always driven by their goals. They're driven by paranoia also. So what you find is somebody like Elon Musk he's one of the most competitive human beings on the planet. He doesn't want to just be the richest, he doesn't want to lose the spot of the richest person. So paranoia comes naturally with successful people. So it's not all about being goal driven. What happens, very smart people implement change by choice. Others, change happens to them and then they respond. So what I would like to really work with people who actually are unhappy and they're having unfulfilled lives, just don't have the answers, and they're asking the right questions. And I like to assist people to implement positive change in their lives, because especially when it comes to money, business, entrepreneurial, it's all about money. And most people, due to their upbringing, have a negative association when it comes to money. Money is doesn't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people aren't good people. These are all things that unfortunately our parents have taught us, and it's often not true.
Because we get caught up in jobs, and one of the hardest things I think in some people, great example of that is asking for a pay rise, because they get emotional. And I've seen it work. I work in music a lot, and people that are really into their music, they have someone else do their deals for them because they get too emotionally attached to their work.
Amazing.
That they've got to have an agent. That's why actors, they have agents, because they're so emotionally attached. And people in this day and age do get attached to their job for what they put in. And therefore, I think that emotional relationship with their job and what their job has in terms of their social status and their sense of identity, and then they start to think about the money, and I think that's part of where it gets confused in their mind, the relationship of what their job really is, and that's helping someone else higher up the chain bring in more money.
Correct. First of all, job, I believe, stands for just over broke. You're never going to get rich in a job. Secondly is that you never get a brain surgeon going over the counter and negotiating on the cost of the medicine. So my suggestion is, if you want to actually just keep adding value. Make yourself irreplaceable. And then when you approach someone, it's easy to give them a pay increase because they can't afford to replace you.
What is the single most unique trait you've seen when you're working with people that helps them sort of unleash and get over those internal demons? What is different between those people that are just happy to turn up and have their job and whinge that things are never going to get better without actually taking action, and those that are Elon Musk?
Beautiful. First of all, in my company, we have 130 staff. If you're going to turn up in my business, I suggest you turn up earlier than 5 to 9, because if I work at 7 and you turn up at 8, I get to notice you more. If you stay a little bit longer, I get to notice you. It shows commitment. Also, come to your bosses with solutions, so you're thinking outside the box rather than just reactive problems. So don't waste time. Be efficient with your time. Do things at speed. Deliver on your promises. All those things go a long way in adding value to you in an organization.
Get a better relationship. For anyone who's wanting to get down there tomorrow, what can they expect? Who's it for?
It's for, first of all, when we talk about sales, it's for salespeople. Now, the moment I say sales, internally we think of sales as somebody, a sales department, a salesperson, an entrepreneur, client service, anybody client facing. The challenge is that the moment I say sales, people imagine somebody who's a fast talker, doesn't listen, sells something to somebody
sleazy
they don't want.
Car salesman.
Exactly. But 21st century, due to the internet, things have changed. So what you want to do is, a salesperson is somebody who fixes other people's headaches. So the challenge, the technique, is in the listening skills, building relationship skills, and not selling something. So what I intend to do is show people that if you're really interested in somebody else and fixing their problems, you can sell them anything. Because the first rule of sales is it comes through trust and likability of the person. And the only way you can build it is through listening skills, asking the right questions, showing genuine enthusiasm about the other person's life or their business. And that makes you a great salesperson. So if you notice, when you meet salespeople, they have every single title apart from sales on the business card. Business development manager, they got area this manager,
relationship coordinator.
But they're all sales because they're embarrassed of the word sales. What I want to do is I want to say that if you're a salesperson, you should be very, very proud of it, because often a great salesperson earns more than the CEO of the company. We're going to teach different ways of being able to influence others to come your way, fix their headache, and get paid for it.
You're not going to stand up and say to people, sell me this pen. You're not going to go through all those. The Jordan Belfort tactic. Have you seen that one?
Yes. We do that in another session. But it's not a pen. It's not a pen.
Okay.
But the fact is that if you really believe in your products or services and what problems you're fixing, then you can easily charge for it. The problem is that most people don't value their expertise and their experience.
Yeah.
So they find it difficult.
I'm so guilty of that.
Yes.
And like a lot of people are. You tend to undersell yourself, or I wouldn't say aggressive enough, but sometimes there's an element of separating the business from the job.
Yeah. First of all, business is not personal. Okay, unfortunately, you are the product. When you're going out selling, you are the. I could never be a model. Not the fact that I'm not very attractive.
You're selling
but the
yourself
point
a bit,
is that if I get rejected, I might take it personally.
Yeah.
But the fact that maybe they're not looking for a bold Iranian in that title role, or that picture. So it's not personal. It just sometimes doesn't fit.
They could be doing a movie on Joe Rogan, and you'd be perfect.
Correct. Or Donna White.
Yeah, right? Donna White. Yeah,
I get away with it. Yeah, I'm Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, so I get it all. You need to add value. You need to differentiate yourself in the marketplace and look at the problems that you're fixing. If they bring you as a DJ into a place and you get to get people to stay an hour longer, how much revenue is that for them?
Yeah.
Okay, and what you charge is nothing compared to the revenue that they're going to bring into the room.
I'll remember that next time I've got a gig. I remember I started doing, I play a lot of live music, guitar and singing. And I was at a venue the other night, and it was an experiment, and I packed up. And then everyone around was like, oh, are they doing live music here now? Oh, they were all excited. They were about to sit down. And I did. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these extra people are all about to buy another 3 drinks. And suddenly you...
Exactly. So what you do is you use that experience and that increase in revenue and share it with your future prospects and say, guess what happened? 3 times I did these events, people stayed, and on average I increased the revenue by 2,500. All I'm asking for is 750 dirhams extra.
Is it simple enough to say that we're all in sales, or is that too simplistic?
We're all in sales as parents, because children are selling to you why you should buy their toys, you selling to them why they should go out for dinner. You're constantly selling. It's just that we don't like the word selling. But the fact is now your prospect knows about your products and services more than you do, because they're Googling you all the time. By the time you leave the office, they know more about your products or service than you do. So to try to sell something that they don't want, it's just old-fashioned. It doesn't work, and the relationship doesn't last.
When I went back and did my master's, there was a lesson we learnt that was a Harvard Business School review, and they made a point that in any job, bar maybe high-end brain surgeons, in any job, skill is really only 20%, and the other 80% is those softer skills. It's your relationships, your attitude, your willingness to learn, your willingness to admit mistakes, how you engage in teamwork. Would you agree with that?
I say skills is 5%.
Okay.
10% is habitual, it's discipline. Business is a marathon, not a sprint. And often entrepreneurs get bored very easily, so they don't have that consistency.
Is that why they've always got investments in 8 different companies?
Correct, which is wrong. You only do that when you got enough, your baskets are full. So you covered the rent,
you've made enough money, the VC guys are coming at you.
Correct, exactly, which thank goodness I'm in that position right now. So every single month I invest in different companies, but a few years back I wasn't. So what you need to do, you need to focus your money, you need to focus your effort and all your intentions to one place, because once you focus, water can burn through steel, right? But when you're dispersing all your focus and your time, valuable time, you're not going to get anywhere in life.
Great inspirational words. You can hear more of this. Daresh Saadi is the founder of Be Unique Group and Arena, which is based in Dubai. Thank you very much for coming in. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. We have over 200 people attending, so it'd be absolutely outstanding, and love to invite you there if you can make it.